Get ready to level up your gaming experience. The next evolution of Nintendo's iconic console is on the horizon, and it promises to redefine portable gaming once again. Join us as we uncover the latest rumors, leaks, and confirmed details about the Nintendo Switch 2. Whether you're a die-hard Nintendo fan or simply curious about the future of gaming technology, this video is your gateway to the next generation of handheld gaming greatness. After expectations that the Nintendo Switch 2 might appear in June, a source claims the Switch 2 has been delayed until next year. More specifically, Nintendo's follow-up to its best-selling handheld or home console hybrid will launch in March 2025 at the earliest, according to that report, which comes from the popular Japanese media outlet Nikkei. It corroborates a widely circulated rumor that revealed the Switch 2 has been shifted from its planned launch in 2024 into first quarter of 2025. This original rumor suggested that Nintendo had moved the release date of its next console to ensure its launch lineup was as strong as possible. Rumors of Switch 2 launching with a new 3D Mario game are persistent, but Nikkei also offers up another reason for the delay. According to the publication, one of the primary reasons that the Switch 2 will arrive a little later than initially expected is because Nintendo wants to ensure it can meet the expected demand at launch. The company is keen to avoid its own PS5 restock nightmare. Right now, it seems we'll have to wait until next year for Nintendo Switch 2 to arrive. We can expect Nintendo to stick with a system on a chip from NVIDIA, likely some next-generation take on the aged Tegra X1 chip found in the current Switch. We'd not be surprised if Nintendo got a custom chipset from NVIDIA as well, given the success and scope of the Switch. But advancements by AMD, as seen with the Valve Stream Deck and Asus ROG Ally, could give Team Red an outside chance of providing the silicon for a next-generation Switch, but we'd still err on the side of NVIDIA. In fact, after a chaotic rumor tipping a Tegra chip based on Samsung's 5nm process node, which was then refuted by the tipster it originated from, we feel that the Nintendo Switch 2 will have some form of NVIDIA chip at its heart. It would be difficult to guess at potential power or clock speeds, but we'd like to hope that Nintendo taps into enough CPU and GPU power to deliver a next-gen gaming experience. However, a Switch 2 spec sheet leak could point towards a console that's not as next-gen as we'd hoped. According to Red Gaming Tech, the Nintendo Switch 2 will pack an 8-core Cortex-A7880 processor, 10 streaming multiprocessors, TEMS, 8 GB of RAM, and just 64 GB of eMMC storage. That's an upgrade over the current Switch, but it's nowhere near enough power to compete with PS5 or Xbox Series X. There were murmurs of a potential coprocessor chip to live in the dock of a Switch 2 or the once-rumored Nintendo Switch Pro. This extra chip would be used to boost the console's power and video output when docked and connected to a 4K TV. Such a feature would be neat, but rumors around it have fallen quiet. Onboard storage has been tipped at 512 GB, which would be a significant upgrade over the 32 GB and 64 GB of the original Switch and Switch OLED respectively. On the display side, we can see the Switch 2 going for an OLED panel, much like that of the Switch OLED, but hopefully a boost in refresh rates would be good, say taking the 60Hz display and boosting it to 120Hz. As seen in the best phones, there are no rumors to support this, but we've got our fingers crossed. However, Sharp, which makes the current Switch displays, has said it's working on a new LCD panel for a new gaming console. That could be the Switch 2. If that is the case, then it could be disappointing as the Switch 2 may come with more dated screen tech than the Switch OLED. There's a chance Sharp could be referring to another as yet unannounced console, but we're a little concerned the Switch 2 might not use OLED panels as standard. Our fears have been further increased by a recent rumor suggesting the Switch 2 will launch with an LCD display to keep production costs down. And a new rumor from tipster Nate the Hit further adds fuel to the rumor that the Nintendo Switch 2 could have an LCD display. However, on the bright side, third-party controller maker Mobapad claims the Switch 2 will get an 8-inch screen with a resolution of 1080 pixel. The current Switch has a 7-inch display and only supports 1080 pixel when docked. There's precious little in the way of hints about Nintendo Switch 2's features, but we can apply some educated guesswork. If the Switch 2 sticks to the same control scheme as the Switch, we'd like to see it improve the Joy-Cons so they suffer less from potential stick drifting and have analog triggers for more precise control in the likes of racing games. Some tweaks to the ergonomics. If Nintendo does indeed stick with the Switch's core design, would also be appreciated with the Switch 2. Apparently, the new Joy-Cons will be larger and will attach to the Switch 2 magnetically. They're also set to add more buttons, according to reports. We'd like to see a boosted battery life for the next-gen console, as the Switch tends to run out of juice in a handful of hours when running games like Breath of the Wild. A bigger battery would certainly help make it a more viable gaming machine for things like long international flights. One other feature we'd like to see is improved Wi-Fi connectivity for the Nintendo Switch 2. It might not be the first upgrade that springs to mind, but better Wi-Fi can be a dramatic upgrade when it comes to things like game streaming or simply downloading games at speed. A new Mario game has been tipped for the Nintendo Switch 2, and it'll apparently be created using the Unreal 4 engine. This initial leak has been given further credibility by a report claiming the system will launch with a new 3D Mario title. Plus, in the second year of its life cycle, the console will get a new Mario Kart game called Mario Kart X. It's believed to be the most expensive game Nintendo has ever produced. There are also reports that Final Fantasy VII Remake looks and runs like a PS5 game on the Switch 2. The 2020 game could be a pretty excellent showcase of the device's power at launch and is definitely a game the current Switch couldn't handle. A fresh report from a leaker known as Nash Weedle suggests that the Bayonetta trilogy is heading to Switch 2. This collection would bundle together the 3 mainline Bayonetta games and also upgrade them with enhanced visuals and performance as well as HDR features. This would be one seriously stylish package. A recent Eurogamer report claims that select developers were given a behind-closed-doors look at the Nintendo Switch 2 at the Gamescom 2023 trade show in Germany. The website's sources suggest that Nintendo demoed a new version of Breath of the Wild to show off the Switch 2's power, but it's unknown if a refreshed port of the game will ever be released to the public or if it was just for demoing purposes. We can likely expect to see big first-party games come to the Switch 2, say a new Zelda game at some point, and likely a new version of Mario Kart. But potential other games exist only in the realms of speculation and imagination at the time of writing. One feature we really hope to see in the Nintendo Switch 2 is backward compatibility, especially given the appetite we've seen for such capabilities on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Hopefully, running older Switch games on newer hardware will result in a performance boost and improved visual fidelity. Rather worrying, a new rumor has claimed that backwards compatibility for Switch games might not happen for the Switch 2. That would be a bit disappointing and would need Nintendo to have a stellar launch lineup for a next-gen Switch if it won't rely on its older and established game library. We have also argued that backward compatibility will need to extend to the Switch Joy-Cons as well. Backup Joy-Cons can be an expensive extra for the current Switch, so if they are rendered moot with the Switch 2, that could be rather disappointing. And we'd hope other existing Switch accessories like the Ring Fit Adventure and external controllers would also be usable with the Switch 2. For what it's worth, MobaPad claims there will be backward compatibility for both older Joy-Cons and games supported by the original Switch. Games designed specifically for the Switch 2 may not run on the original console, though. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all things gaming. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the future of Nintendo gaming. Until next time, keep gaming and stay tuned for more updates and insights into the world of gaming technology.